Queen up in St. George, Utah, on this week's newsletter. Good job on this newsletter, Doug. What's going on around the nation? Let's start with that.
Sure. There's some elk zone tags that are still on sale up in Idaho. Get a hold of your Game and Fish Department if you want to do that. We have several updates up in Idaho on salmon fishing, and I included all the updates the Fish and Game Department puts out. And they put these out once a week, so it's kind of handy to have. Up in Michigan, fall turkey licenses are now open, and there's a dove hunt in Nevada that the department is accepting applications for. In New Jersey, there's a new striped bass regulation, basically one fish at 28 to 31 inches in all state waters. And in Utah, there still remains deer and elk permits that will be going on sale beginning July 11th. That's around the nation.
Okay.
Head into fishing category. Berkeley has an issue with some power baits they call the Call Shad swim bait that they pumped out, and people are not getting these lures to work correctly. They're not tracking correctly. So they're offering consumers a free replacement bait. You can get the information that they need by clicking the link at the bottom to apply for replacements on these things. And there's a picture of it there.
Yeah, I see the picture, reading the article, and I have to question, where's their quality assurance people here?
Well, apparently, according to that article, it didn't live up to the company's high standards. Well, where were they? I don't know how they test these things, coming off a production line, but there you go. So, wow. In a nutshell, if you're going to put in a request for a replacement, it's got to be done by July 31st. And once they have those, they'll be shipping out replacements. I think it's at the end of August sometime.
Yep. Okay.
All right. I'm a fly fisherman. I love to do it. I'm not a professional and by no stretch of the imagination. But here was an article I thought would be not just helpful for me, but for most people getting started. And it's how to choose a fly fishing line. And the best way to do this, according to them, and I'm sure the pros move back and forth on this, but you match the weight line to the weight of the rod. So if you got a 5-weight rod, will work best with a 5-weight line, and so on. But it's a good article to read. There's a lot more to it than what I got in the newsletter. So if you want to understand a little bit more about fly lines, take a read on this one.
Okay. So I need to use a 5-weight, and I can't use a 3-weight line.
That's what I'm saying. There's probably guys out there that look just like Rich. He might have a 5-weight rod, but he may be in certain circumstances using a different weight line because of his knowledge, and use of these things more so than I would have.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's true. Now he did on the show about weight forward lines, and I always use weight forward. And in fact, I think he mentioned also there's a newer configuration of that weight forward line that's coming out where you got a shorter end so you can cast easier at streams. I can see that because most of your fishing for trout are going to be in tight quarters.
Yeah.
Typically.
Okay.
All right, so moving on down, I got to verify some of these and go out to the IGFA's website to make sure. There's new world record muskie was caught on an all-tackle scenario. It was 53 and 0.15 inches long. Never showed a weight for this baby, but you can see the picture of that guy. It's a big fish.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if that's, it was caught in St. Lawrence River. That's a very popular place for muskie. But, hey, introducing lures. Now, what caught my eye on this is the video that I also included in this as to how this lure actually moves around. And when they say lazy, they mean lazy. So it just looks like a great lure to have in your tackle box, I guess is what I'm saying. You never know.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular profile, actually.
Well, and when I look at it, Don, if you notice where the tie-off is with the nose, it's up on top of the nose, not out the front of the nose. So I think they have some impact. And then there's a little fin right on the top of the head. It's hard to see, but it's there, and I'm presuming that has some impact when you pull that through the water.
Well, yeah, that's going to give you a pretty accelerated wobble.
Yeah, apparently. This is the time of year, you're a hunter, you got dogs. Hey, pay attention to the ticks out there. So I got an article in there about the types of ticks and how they lay their eggs and the whole process, from start to finish. What I thought was kind of interesting, where'd I see that? They lay their eggs, where was that? Oh, I forget now. They feed on the first host, the larva, when they're hatched.
Yeah.
And they will feed on the second host. So if you got a dog bumping up against another dog with ticks, one has them and the other one doesn't, these ticks jump around.
Yeah, everybody's going to get it.
Yeah. I've had them on my arms sometimes when I've been out hunting. That was years ago.
Yeah.
That's about it, Don. It wasn't a real full newsletter this week, but some good information.
Well, I want to go back up and respond to Nevada. That applications to dove hunt, that's in a wildlife management area, so that's kind of a special dove hunt. So.
Yes, you're right. That's exactly right.
Okay. And then, let's see, one other thing I was going to mention, the guy, there was a guy that took a shotgun into a national park and dispatched a bear with the shotgun because he got scared. And that's obviously not going to turn out well for this gentleman.
I don't know. If you're talking about self-defense, I don't know. You're not going to be penalized.
Well, this Doug, I can't even, categorically call it self-defense. He pled guilty to violating federal hunting restrictions in Jasper National Park.
Okay.
And the violation stems from an incident that took place in August of 22, where he brought a shotgun into the park and shot a black bear with it. And he claimed to the court he didn't know it was against the law to carry a firearm in the park. So, Canadian, he said he brought the shotgun along and decided to use it because he was scared, so. My guess is he probably gets scared when he goes to Walmart.
Well, and most hunters, I would say the majority of hunters know, going on any kind of federal property, government property with a loaded gun is not necessarily a good thing to do.
Well, you gotta breaking a rule, but this judge found this guy guilty, and he had to pay $5,640, and had up to a year to do it. Let's see, and 2 years of probation on owning firearms. So, you know, it goes on to say that the court was lenient because it was his first time. I'm going, they should have hammered him because he was stupid, but anyway, that's just me. So.
That's kind of my point. You should know those kind of things.
Well, yeah, you know, come on, man. Starting to sound like Joe Biden. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
All right, good newsletter. You guys can sign up for Doug's handiwork at huntingfishing.com. Go to the news pull-down menu, and it'll walk you through the process. Doug will do this again